Welcome again, text referencing. Marco Meza, Ingés Profesional 2, and it's nice to have you back. Text referencing is quite a mandatory thing we have to do. It's an action that needs to be done now, whatever the academic text we are writing. Even in professional writing, we need to be careful with this. Okay, for academic purposes, referencing will have two main reasons to be done: acknowledge the sources and also credit the work we are doing. Okay? Ethical reasons, also intellectual integrity, don't make use of others' ideas without their knowledge or their permission, okay? And you need to identify your own ideas from the ideas of other people, other authors. Clarify your arguments if necessary by quoting very closely what you are trying to introduce in your work. To give solidity to the sources in your current work, as I told you before, and to amplify the academic context in which the work stands. Okay, you give the basis of the academic basis, the professional basis, the theoretical basis through some of these referencing practices. Okay, and also to protect authorship rights. That is quite important. More benefits we have: understand the arguments, and also this will lead to understand conclusions. More sources from some references. One reference will give you more reference inside it. Okay? Please, it's quite advisable for you to review more carefully this presentation. I mean, I'm giving you the hints in each slide. Please replay it and stop in each slide as much as possible to understand really. There are quite a lot of slides and our time is not as much as I would like to completely explain this. So remember, I'm giving you hints. In some cases, the slides are going to be very, very fast for you, but please download it and replay it as much as possible as a good practice, not only for this course, but for others you are taking in the virtual studies. Okay. You need to reference, we need to reference because of the reasons I'm giving you, and the knowledge, the how to reference is also another quite intricate topic. And what? Okay, the how is, there are many ways to do the how. Institutions are specializing in giving hints, given rules to reference. Harvard, I don't know, the ISO, and we are going to see some others. Okay? Referencing needs anything you need to reference should be references. Even if you are not sure you have to reference, the advice is just reference it. Reference it, sorry. For example, statistics. It's quite necessary to reference them. No hesitation, just reference them. Quotations, examples from other people's work, and diagrams. The diagrams are product of a person or a group or an institution thinking, so they belong to them. We need to reference them, unless they are common knowledge. We are going to talk about common knowledge later. images and photographs, models, equations. Okay, we are looking at the model of trajectory, theories, ideas, concepts, particular, specific theories, ideas, and concepts need to be referenced. Okay, for example, is there anything you don't need to reference? Well, we need to reference almost everything. Ideas, informations from my summarized source that had been paraphrased or directly quoted before. We need to reference them. We need to reference definitions of terms. We need to reference all these situations, topics, forms. Okay? Please go back at it and understand it more clearly. Okay. We need guiding principles to follow the how to reference, what to reference, and when to reference. Okay, it's quite important to respect, to acknowledge the ideas, creations of other people. Okay, please. Common knowledge is not referenced commonly. Again, I'm reusing the same word to give more emphasis to what we are saying. Okay? Don't be afraid of redundance. If you reference, please do it freely. It's better to be a sinner in excess than to be a sinner because of a lack. Okay, we have, for example, we know that to a certain temperature, water becomes a solid, a liquid, or a gas. Okay, this is common knowledge. We don't need to reference it. Okay, and we need to understand also that people, our peers, will have the same common knowledge, almost the same common knowledge we have. So there's no need to reference that. Okay, as we mentioned, 32 Fahrenheit degrees is the freezing point of water. This is common knowledge and normally needs no referencing. Actually, it doesn't need referencing. Okay, a national group, we are in Peru and we all know who they are. Okay, so we don't need to reference the information we are giving, we are citing for them. Okay, also certain field will have a knowledge, particular knowledge. For example, the necessary condition for diffraction, etc. The Bragg's law. The Bragg's law is probably a well-known knowledge in the field of diffraction. So we don't need to reference it. But we probably need to reference this diagram. Okay? Common knowledge also will be a culture, nation, academic or discipline common knowledge. Let me rephrase again the same to be redundant, just to explain in a better way what we are saying. For example, for the Papuan people, the greatest hero is really well known. Okay, so we don't need to sit it, and also some institutions will say that knowledge having more than 100 years are common knowledge. Okay? Okay, for example, that we have 4 seasons in a year, that in a year we have 52 weeks, or that Germany lost the Second World War, or that Homerus wrote the Odyssey. So that's common knowledge. Okay? So please read this and the next slides to understand clearly what is common knowledge. Okay? We have some hints, and please remember the APA, the Oxford, the ISO, the Harvard will give us hints and protocols to reference, to cite. We have some hints here. These methods will require a very clear understanding of the source of information. Okay, let's see if we can practice what we have learned. Somebody says that information on the internet is free and we can use them or the information without referencing. Is that true, false, or indeterminate? It's false, because we really need to referencing the web page, the blog, or what comes. It can also be necessary to reference an institution that has a blog rather than the blog itself. Okay? Quotation marks are used, but we need to reference even because of the quotation, because we don't know who wrote it first or where it comes from. Okay, let's see. I can copy pictures, diagrams, photos without references them. Please, again, I'm asking you to read this carefully, take your time, and find the correct answer. Please, we have just a few questions that will need a bit of understanding. Thank you again, and we are waiting for you again in the next meeting. Bye.